expecting for this early phase right up until the team fight phase, Elk?
I really want to see WE play like it's the way that their composition is going to work. Zahen on the same team, but regardless, they're going to take away this and hopefully get some good pressure down on this side of the map. Getting invades onto Monkey, again, the most pivotal part of this composition and team, is a good way to put them on the back foot. What are we doing?
Already starting off with a Bard stun as Kroko has to go over the wall. Damage already coming in as Monkey starts off strong. Actually, about, you know.
He hits the recall button, he teleports back in, he'll get this wave and the next one. Monkey might even get invaded upon here as 1xSend and Missing make their way. They know he has no flash on Monkey.
Make a collapse. Monkey in trouble, gonna get knocked back, and this is that tempo to maybe get their hands on this Drake, and we're gonna look for a fight over here between Kroko and, of course, Monkey. Kroko goes in, dealing a good chunk of damage to Monkey as we go down about half HP. There is gonna be the ultimate for Mbessa, but unfortunately not a whole bunch gonna happen. Talia there to try to cut off the other side, looking for an angle here on Monkey, but most importantly, try to lock down the Yanara as we do get taken down. Karis gonna fall to pieces.
LNG and something that, even with the level 1, which I was very sad and disappointed with, I kind of already mentally getting ready for LNG to continue their losing ways.
Like I said, adding to this pressure and just never letting up is kind of what WE did to them, and it looks like we're sort of returning the favor. Cube looking for an angle to go in. There's going to be the ultimate trying to lock them down. We are exactly going to do that. Able to do a good chunk of damage. Karis able to unfortunately run into the majority of the team. Is turning a 2v2 fight there on the bottom as Sheer is looking for a kill, is looking for more and more. Bulldog in trouble. Getting the shutdown will be super great for the other end. We try to get the knockup. We do eventually get the kill as Yanara trying to buy a little bit of spacing and distance. WE able to take down member after member. Azir is still we're looking for the angle. Okay, what a solid Ezreal ultimate right there, picking up a double kill. Absolutely frustrating.
Yeah, he's going to be late. Talia has to use ult if they want to get into this spot right now. This is a dragon going over. This was a very tight timer for WE to find, and if you make this punish on a Monkey, he can still flash if he needs it.
Talia having to blow a flash in order to get out of that, but I don't blame them whatsoever. And for the most part, other than one summoner ability down, we take those. Nice little Drake there for WE. Doesn't bode particularly well for LNG losing that, but it's not over just quite yet. Just one Drake is not going to turn the game around in WE's favor, and we're looking for a gank right now, trying to lock him down underneath the tower as Kroko goes in, activating the Crescent Guard. Another one from Ezreal coming in, but unfortunately, it's just not going to matter. More and more going down. WE in trouble. This fight still underneath tower as Shearer looking for the damage, taking down the Rise. We're going to get 3 kills in a tower. That's a little devastating for WE.
Very punishing by the way that Cube ended up teleporting back to this top wave. Sheer moved for the dragon, and Malphite was nowhere in that fight to be seen. Now Talia gets to move. She'll pick up this wave, and LNG are just making all the right plays here in this area. Brahm's also waiting. Monkey's going to come here to just pick up this mini wave, make sure that someone's getting this golden experience. Bard's on this side, does have ultimate available.
There's going to be the Tempered Fate coming down. Redemption on the other end. Looking to lock down this tower. Tower is indeed going to go down. We're able to get at least one stun. Cube is here looking for. Unfortunately, he does not have the ultimate. There is going to be Mbessa going in. Monkey able to pick up a kill. Things are not looking good for LNG. They don't have the rest of the team here, and the response time for WE is too powerful as we pick up another kill. Ezreal looking for another cross-the-map snipe, but unfortunately, it's not going to be good enough as Monkey picks up a triple kill.
3 kills to this Mbessa, and all of that gold going straight into his pocket. He outplays on such fine margins. Also, Kroko doesn't die there, I'm pretty sure, because the tower dies and loses the fortification or the heating up buff. Oh my god, About almost gets outplayed. Oh my god, he dies to red buff there. Also now being missing from both of our AD carries, and guess what? One of these teams has a Malphite.
Oh, and Bulldog goes down right beforehand, and we go into an immediate dramatic...
They'll get it afterwards. They'll be able to push them off of this. Dragon spawns in 20. They need to spend some of this gold for it to be worth it. Rise is going to be sitting on the bottom side. Thankfully for Bulldog, he disconnected. He didn't lose his flash. He'll have to probably teleport for this play. That's pretty expensive as well.
Now looking at the clock, that looks like the tower does go down ultimately there on the... Okay, we got another last second pause. I was worried for a minute there. We're going to try to match the Malphite as Cube is able to take the tower. So even though we don't lock down the Drake, we're able to get our hands at least on some sort of objective.
Yeah, Malphite getting 300 gold feels good. Zahen's going to be able to match alongside the bottom lane, help push out that wave. So Karis Bao was late to this, but they're on separate sides. Cube has no ultimate. We're never contesting this. WE, I think the look for Bulldog was an okay idea, but they lost control of the mid lane. Zahen's actually just making a very short distance TP to get him back in the mid lane, and this gives a position here for WE to look.
Redemption coming down, and we're looking for a fight. We might get the autocon. We might cost us our lives.
Oh!
There it is. And Bessa going in. We're trying to lock him down, but Monkey unfortunately got to pick up CC after CC as the Crescent Guard gets activated. LNG looking for the damage. LNG looking to continue to turn this around. They got the autocon, and now they're able to grab these fights as we get a 3-man tempered fate, but it just does not matter as 1xN finishes his 1v1, looking for another kill on Bard as we go in. Rise on the run, and I think Bard might be the only one that makes it out of this carnage.
Oh, WE, why are we going for the fight? We could have just given up the autocon. It's a few flower petals going over. Karis is going to die. He loses his flash. The same could be said for most of his team members there. And Yao Yao, I don't know what we're waiting for with you like this Malphite. Theoretically should be one of the best picks for them, but they've just not been able to make it work.
That's Sheer is sitting at a 4-0 lead, which is absolutely frightening. Truly being a raid boss right now. Looking for a fight right now. Speaking of on Sheer, the rune going down, locking them down, but can we able to turn this around? Can we do 1v5? I don't think we can. We should still have a passive. No, we get taken down by Monkey. That's really unfortunate, and that does tie up our score 12-12. Things looking a little bit better for WE.
That's so necessary for WE. Not swept away by WE. There's one in that banana brush that we kind of see now in favor of LNG. And they still have access to the scuttle. Oh, Cube gets level 16 on this wave. That's massive. Third point and ult is pretty big. Just for the cooldown. Yao Yao should be able to escape. Almost gets out. That's his flash, but there's no Glacial Fissure now for the Braum.
Once again, Ezreal just throwing out those ultimates like they're rated E for everyone over and over, and there's no reason not to. The cooldown is so tiny. In fact, it's already pretty close to already up. Very similar to Ashe in that regard. So it's nice to see Temper Fate coming down, locking down 1xN. This is a good opportunity as Malphite goes in, closing the distance. Unfortunately, hitting a big whole bunch of nothing. Exhaust coming down back and forward, about going to get isolated just a little bit, but it does finally wear off on the other end. We're immediately going to go back in. Sheer trying to close the distance. Bard trying to help out, but unfortunately, it's just not going to be in time. Rise trying to escape, but it's just not going to happen as we pick up a kill after kill for LNG. Ezreal trying to do it again, missing, but they are able to pick up plenty of towers in return.
Oh, that might just be the end of the game. They've got 2 grubs, and there's only a Malphite and a Bard to save them. LNG fought back here in this game, an early invade that goes awry, but just strong fundamentals playing around the map and punishing WE.
Cube going in, unfortunately going to get taken down, and this indeed is going to be the end of game number 2 between LNG and WE. We're moving